Let me come back to Mr. Pizzula. Do you have any answers to this question, or maybe some final remarks, please, sir?
I'll try to do both, Mr. Chair, of course. First of all, I would like to thank all colleagues for their ideas, proposals, and questions. They are valuable to me, and I will take them into account. Of course, some of them will be matter of the further negotiation and debates I'm very much looking for. I'll try to answer directly to a question by colleagues King. I think it's very important, of course, to say it very properly. It shouldn't be a dilemma in a way, because I think European Union can and must be renewed, enhanced, upgraded, and expand externally at the same time. I think one process does not exclude another. And more of that, I think that European Union, starting with new institutions, is trying to adapt itself to fit expectations of the citizens. That's the reason why we got a Future of Europe conference. And we tasked ourselves to do it in the course of the 2 years. And what's the purpose of the conference of the Future of the Europe? Of course, to adjust our institutions and, of course, to sharpen our programs and what we intend to do as a union in the next mandate, especially if we can deliver to the citizens. So I think that we need to do that very thoroughly. On the other hand, I think despite some encouraging news from some member states, we are still in what Jean-Claude Juncker has said, we are still in historic mistake zone, because we are still waiting for March Council to, of course, correct or not what he did in the last October. And for the future, I think it's very important how to reduce strategic surprises. Of course, it's not easy, but I think we need to encourage ourselves to think more bravely. And one of direction we should follow is to, of course, support the enlargement process as a very vital, very important for the role of the European Union in the 21st century. And I completely agree with some colleagues who rightly informed us and repeat that the European Union in the Western Balkans areas got very efficient competitors and rivals. First of all, we need to oppose their intentions defending our core basic values. And of course, we need to be more effective in pursuing a better administration and help our Western Balkans partners in facing ill megatrends. What I mean by ill megatrends. We all know that Western Balkan countries, and you said, and Mr. Basescu was very specific, that they are facing population decline. We need to tackle high unemployment in the region, underperforming state institutions, corruption, organized crime. I'm agreed that one of the important problems we need to address, degradation of environment, and of course, it's still some kind of ethnocentrism and contested states. Of course, we'll try to embrace as much as we can all these problems in our text in order, of course, to make European Parliament more vocal, more visible in the process, which I think is among the most important when we think about future of the European Union. And I'm very much looking forward to our next debate in the shadow meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.